In Thug Life news.
Thug Life! Oh, fuck.
Oh no, you broke it!
That's not very Thug Life.
Can you see out of those?
Yeah. Oh, you see it, look.
Deal with the glasses.
It works.
Submitted by Green Beans. Oh, green bananas. I'm so sorry. Ooh.
What happened there, dude?
Anybody else smell blueberries and copper? South Korean parents are hiring thugs to stop school bullies.
That's fucking hella Korean, dude!
That's a really good idea.
You fucking messing with my kid?
But then it shows them they're going to be employed after school's done. Because who do you think those kids were?
That's true.
It's like there's a job path.
Dude, Korean bullying is pretty fucking harsh, though. Like, they do it out of love first, so could you imagine how bad it is to really bully somebody?
Well, there's the hazing bullying, there's the actual bullying, and the borderline abuse bullying, and there's like different levels to it.
I asked my mom, I forgot what movie I was watching, but there's a reoccurring thing that you see in like female bullying in Korea, where if there's this girl that's like hot that a lot of guys like, they'll like fucking cut the girl's hair, cut her up with like razor blades or some shit. What? I thought that was like an exaggeration, but my mom said like that did happen. Like they would
like when she was a schoolgirl?
Yeah, like they would fuck up like a really pretty girl that was popular with the boys, and they would try to maim the girl.
Damn, they'll just be like branding her like
on some, I don't know about that, but they would like pull her hair out, pull the girl's hair out, like beat her up and shit.
Like razor blades, though?
Yeah, well, that was in the film, but I'm saying like,
okay.
She said that girls would rip each other's hair, like they would rip the girl's fucking hair out and shit. So I don't know. So I know that
like how far it went.
Yeah,
but they try to make her ugly.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound too far-fetched, because like some of the Asian chicks that I knew that banged would do shit like that.
Oh shit.
So there are girls that are just fucking gangster as fuck too.
Girl gangs.
Yeah, like they'll do crazy.
It's like girl hate shit. Like you can't be so hot, like because I'm ugly.
But that's like an extreme North Korean style form of bullying.
Yeah, so multiple companies are offering different packages for these bullies.
How organized.
It's ranging from $450 to $1,790 a day.
Would you like the beat down, sir?
So
4 kids come and they
Have the intimidation package where they just scare them a little bit and they don't actually hurt them.
you guys are playing, but they're really called It's called the Uncle Package, where a man in his 30s or 40s will reportedly walk with the student to and from school and sternly warn bullies off.
It's gonna get you beat up more. To have like an uncle be like, "No, you kids better not." You're
Well,
just like,
if it's like Korean gangster style, it's different then. Yeah.
So yeah, so they're tattooed men, muscular.
it'd be like a Joe Pesci or some shit.
oh, okay.
Well, why Joe Pesci, a 4'5" tough guy, dude?
Because he's scary. I don't want to fight Joe Pesci.
Yeah, Joe Pesci's characters are fucking.
Hey, come here for a second, little kid. Come here. Like,
I would be so scared.
he's got the speed, and he's like gets into your hitbox real quick.
I don't want a Joe Pesci, bro.
I'm gonna get Danny DeVito to protect my kids then, dude.
Yeah, so then there's also an evidence package that offers an upgrade where the uncle will film the bullies in action and present the findings to the school, and then he will also threaten to make the video public if there's no
That's
action.
dope. That's the best package right there.
Yeah.
How much does that cost?
I don't know. They don't
That's
give me
like
prices
some
for
private
each package.
detective kind of shit.
They just give me a range of price, which was $450
To like $1,000.
to like $1,800.
Because that's a pretty good deal.
Blackmail package.
Yeah.
That is the blackmail package.
Evidence
What's the
package.
executive package? Do they fucking find the kid and chop their fucking legs off?
Oh, shit.
They make you eat your own parents.
Well,
South
this
Park.
other package that I have is chaperone package, where it will be a more high-profile tactic of visiting the parents or the bullies' parents at their workplace and publicly shame them.
Oh shit, that's a big deal.
Wow.
Damn, going through the parents?
Yeah, at their place of work. Sorry.
And Korean already sounds hella aggressive, so I can imagine them just yelling at the fucking.
Do it.
사랑해!
No.
Oh, like yell at the bully parents.
야 이런 개
Yell.
같은 씨발 너봐 네가 무슨 잘났다고 씨발 새끼야. Like, he'll say shit like that, you know.
I don't even know what that means, but it sounds gangster as fuck.
네가 그렇게 잘났어 이 개새끼야. 우리 아들한테 그렇게 막 줬냐 이 씨.
And I just picture a bouncing cigarette too.
With your hat. The Kegel hat or whatever that is.
씨발 년들이 야 이놈 새끼야.
Every time I watch like a Korean film and then they fight, I'm like, when do they inhale? Like it's just a long stretch of like And I'm like,
아들한테
dang.
손대기만 해봐 이 개새끼야. 너 죽을 줄 알아.
You have to stick your chin out like that.
Wait, are you inhaling?
Where do you inhale?
Are you inhaling through your nose while like you speak and it just goes out like this?
예, 손대기만 해봐 이 개새끼야. 너 한 번만 또뭐너
I just say all the shit my parents used to say to me. That's all.
Sounds good.
That's pretty cool. A thug package.
Yeah. Well, so a lot of parents right now are really afraid for their kids because they're saying that suicide is the most common cause of death among young Koreans between the ages of 15 and 24.
So sad.
And like bullying is just getting out of control where there's no one really trying to crack down on the bullying. So now parents are taking this into their own hands.
That was a pretty big deal in Japan too. I think the cultures are kind of very similar because it's just like Korea and Japan goes back and forth for high youth suicide.
Yeah.
And it's like Seoul is like number one, and then now it's like Japan or Tokyo is number one. It just keeps going back and forth. And bullying is so ingrained into the culture because there's a lot of hazing. And the hazing is more like it's very cliquish too. So it's almost like the fraternity kind of world to kind of put it into comparison, where once you're a part of this group, now you get like these special things, you know, but then
You bully other little kids beneath you.
but there's like hazing all throughout life. You haze through school, you haze through groups, you haze through the workplace. But I remember like it even transfers into Japanese companies in the US where there was an incident for this like logistics company. They were notorious for their bullying and hazing, and one of the employees hung himself because of the bullying was so bad.
Damn.
Yeah, you know, they don't talk about their problems. They don't communicate. So they always try to save face by like hiding this shit and brushing it under. And I don't think they know how to sit down and communicate about this shit. Like they're not there yet. Yeah. Because everyone's like, oh, I went through that and, you know, I came out great. And like, I think it's just the process of becoming an adult and human being. You got to learn how to do it, you know? So that's their mentality.
What do you think the rise in suicide rate actually comes from? And I'm honestly asking here because if it is, I know for a lot of cultures it is like ingrained. It's like I went through that and that's, you know, how we did this. But now suicide's on the rise. Is it just because people have seen suicide as an option before and then they like now know that that's something they can do to escape? Or has the bullying gotten worse with like social media and stuff? Like there's truly no escape? Like I'm just curious.
I think it's a combination of multiple things. I can't really say one, but for example, like right after World War II and the Korean War, I think people were in survival mode. So if you hear from the older generation, they're like, man, we didn't have all this time to think. We were just trying to eat and work. And then there was a lot more nationalism where everyone was on the same page of, hey, we need to like rebuild our nation and work hard and create like a better society again because it's war torn, right? So then both countries are working really hard, dedicating their lives to the workplace and all that. Now, they were too busy working. The generation after that and so forth, this is what I believe is that now with the wealth and now with the freedom and now with the time, we're kind of seeing it out here in the States too, is we have a lot of time versus our parents and their the older generation. They're in survival mode. They're still thinking about paying the bills and all that stuff. Our generation is more like, what is happiness? What is the meaning of my life? What is my purpose? How can I make an impact in the world? It's a very different concept, right? So this generation also, I think specifically in Japan, in Korea, there's one test that determines the rest of your life. Right in high school, it's kind of like the SATs or whatever, but if you fail this test, then it's like you don't get into a good university, you're not gonna work for the handful of big corporations out there. That's it. That's your class. You're going to be a lower middle class or whatever. And there's really no upward mobility from that point on.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then I think Korea is similar in Japan where they just have a handful of major conglomerates that rule that area. Like Korea, I think they have Lotte, Samsung, or whatever. Japan, they have like Sony and these different old 100-year-old corporations.
Suntory.
Yeah, but basically it's like that's everyone's kind of dream is like you go to the top universities and then you go get into one of these conglomerates and then you work your way up, but you won't really ever be at the top because old families run that stuff.
Interesting.
And we're talking about old guard, hundreds of year old families.
So it's almost like a caste system in a way.
It still is.
Wow.
Unless you're an entrepreneur or someone that is, innovating and creating and whatever, which is happening. But for most of people there, it's still that system. And so when they fail this test, they go, fuck, what do I have to live for now? And then that's why they, during test time, they jump off buildings or jump into. Yeah. So I think it's like there's not enough opportunity for them, and they don't see that there's more chances to life because of the way they're taught. Yeah. They're only taught like you get one chance, and if you fail that, then that's the rest of your life.
Jump off a building.
Yeah.
Stupid. Just eat yourself to death. That's the best way to do it, man. A fucking slow, delicious death.
Do you mean too much food or like starting with fingers?
No, I mean like with food.
Like going to a night market and just start eating snacks.
Yep, all day, dude. And next thing you know, you're fucking 40 years old and you have a heart attack. But guess what? You had diarrhea every day that you
That's the way to die here.
Yep.
Oh, dang.
It's some sad ass shit though. The bullying and all these extra other things going on. It's just
Any extra contribution is too much then?
yeah, I think so.